friends, my name is Denise, and thank you so very much for coming back to my channel. If this is the first time that you've ever been to my channel, welcome! And in today's video, we're going to be doing some breathing exercises together. I'm going to show you some very useful techniques. This is a two-part series. The first part of the series will be breathing techniques for adults. The second part of the series will be breathing techniques for children. As well as being a certified yoga instructor, I am also a certified children's yoga instructor. So I am very excited to give you both parts. Please make sure you stay tuned. With that said, another warm welcome goes out to my friends at Vision Sports Club. I was afforded the opportunity to be able to do a segment on breathing for the yoga teacher training class. I am grateful for the opportunity, and I'd like to give you guys a nice warm welcome. I see you new teacher trainers. Thank you for watching.
All right, let's get down to the business of breathing. Breathing is a non-voluntary function of the body. It is something we do every single day without even thinking about. Kind of like blinking, that was voluntary, or digesting our food. So it is controlled and governed by the autonomic nervous system. So it happens automatically. When we learn to control our breathing, we can actually change the way that our body works. We can lower our cortisol levels, we can lower our heart rate, boost our immunity, control the nervous system, stop anxiety, depression, panic disorders. I could go on, obviously. We are clearly in the middle of a pandemic. It's getting crazy. Sorry about that. A lot of us are probably in a heightened state right now. The sympathetic nervous system would be completely activated into overdrive. So that means that our senses are heightened, we're scared, we're confused, we're concerned, worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. So most of us are operating at that level. So now is a better time than ever to be talking about breathing, in my opinion. And then there's the parasympathetic gland. Parasympathetic gland is when you are in a relaxed state. It is actually the rest and digest state that is referred to when we talk about the parasympathetic gland. That is where we would like to be normally. There is a use for the sympathetic gland, and that would be when we're getting ready to do something like answer emails, go to a fast-paced job, run after toddlers, clean your house. With that said, what we're going to do today, we're going to start intentionally breathing. Hopefully this will stop you from living on automatic pilot and be able for you to control your mind, your body. When you become mindful about your breath, when you are focused on breathing, what ends up happening is you're calming this down. So that monkey mind that you're dealing with, that's on a non-stop loop, begins to slow down. Your focus becomes the sound of the breath entering your lungs, the sound of your breath leaving your lungs. Your mind has to focus on that and not what's going on back here. It's a magical thing. So let's get down to business. Let's do some breathing. In doing any breathing exercises, you always want to find yourself in a comfortable place. Now that's a perfect world, and we don't live in a perfect world. So if you can, you'd like to find a place where it's quiet, the room is dim, the essence of patchouli is floating in the air. Not in my house. You can do this standing in your kitchen. You can do this hiding in your bathroom. You can do this wherever that you'd like to, just as long as you're able to focus and shift your gaze outside to inside. So here we go. The first breathing exercise that I would like to teach you guys is called box breathing. Obviously, when I say box breathing, you think of a box. It has 4 sides. So the idea of this breath is to actually use that as your guide. And all 4 sides of the box are even. The inhale, the hold, the exhale, the hold. All will be even. The reason why this is such a great technique is because it is grounding. It helps you to focus. You have to pay attention to your counting, your holding, your inhaling, your exhaling. It also promotes stillness, and it helps you to become more disciplined. Yes, more disciplined. This breathing exercise is good for any time. If you're stressed, if you're not stressed. If you're having a bad day, if you're having a good day. Whatever the reason is, this is always a good technique to use. Maybe it's something that this becomes a habit for you. Maybe this is your one. So let's do that breathing exercise together. I want you to start at the end of your exhale. So let's push all of our stale, old, sleepy air out completely. Begin, inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Yes, that's box breathing. You would probably want to do at least 10 rounds of this breathing. That's when you're really going to start to feel the effects, is when you keep doing it consistently over and over. You can do it as many times during the day that you need to. Good luck with that. The next technique that I would like to teach you guys is actually called pranayama deep breathing. With pranayama deep breathing, we are going to do deep inhales through the nose and exhales through the mouth. This is a beginner's breath. When we're doing these deep inhales, we're almost using this soft restriction on the back of the throat. So it actually kind of sounds like you're sucking in air through a straw. That's the feeling that you get. That's the mental picture that I want you to have, so that you can make that happen in the back of your throat. On the inhale, the throat is restricted, and on the exhale, the mouth is open, nice and wide, and it's a big H-A-ha sound. So the inhale sounds like this. Exhale. Make sure when you're doing this breath work, you are intentionally making those noises. It is not an audible ah. It's a it is not a it's a. So the noise is being made with the throat, not with the voice box. Remember that. The inhale is filling up the belly completely, making the chest and the belly full. The exhale is pushing everything out, so the belly button comes and touches your spine. You push out so much. Generally, the exhale is a little bit longer than the inhale. This breathing technique is phenomenal for falling asleep. I guarantee you will get a yawn out of doing this technique. Making sure that you're taking deep, full breaths and exhaling a little bit longer every single time. Now understand something. The lungs are an underutilized organ. When you start to do this breath, maybe you can only fill your lungs up just a little bit, and then you exhale, and then you fill them up a little bit more, and then you exhale, and then you fill them up a little bit more, and then you exhale. What you're doing is you're conditioning your lungs to become more and more expanded. Let's give that a try. I'm going to move a little closer so you can hear me. Here we go. And again, this is one technique that you would want to do at least 10 rounds of. By the way, when you start to become really efficient in this breath, you are going to start to shift your exhale from your mouth to your nose. It'll still be that audible sound that you're making with your throat. But for now, just stay with that open mouth exhale, and know if you make this a habit, then you want to try to start making that exhale through your nose. Hope this helps. The third and final breathing technique that I would like to teach you is Kapalabhati breathing. Kapalabhati breathing is known as breath of fire, or skull shining breath, or skull luster. I know, real fun names there, eh? Kapalabhati breath is all about the exhale. It's a hard, quick exhale. It's a forceful exhale as well. Don't ever worry about the inhale when you're doing the Kapalabhati breath. This is an abdominal breathing exercise. This one, it is really important for you to be sitting up straight or standing up as tall as you possibly can. This exercise is generally done with your knees bent, sitting on your heels. And you want to create this space in between the bottom of your rib cage and the top of your hips, using that abdominal cavity to push the air out. So it's more of a This technique will raise your heart rate. It will bring up the level of the blood coursing through your veins. So this would be a good exercise in the morning when you first get up, when you want to cleanse yourself. It works the lungs, it works the abdominal cavity as well. This is a very energizing technique. It is great for asthma, and it releases a lot of toxin. So let's try this breathing technique out together. Make sure you're sitting up nice and straight, your elbows are locked, and your hands are on your knees. If you're standing up,
We'll begin the posture by holding onto our belly, right in your abdominal cavity, so it's underneath your ribs and above your hips, right here. Take 2.5 breaths together, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's do it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale halfway. Begin.
Generally, after this breathing exercise, you tend to feel a little bit dizzy, and that's because we've picked up the blood pressure. We've picked up the heart rate. That's where that's all coming from. Please do not use this technique all the time. It is not a good idea to do that. You want your heart rate to be stable most of the time. Sometimes you need it to be elevated, and when it is, that's when you'll be using Kapalabhati breath.
Welcome to the bonus round. This bonus round is giving you one more breathing technique. I wasn't going to include it, but I thought about it and I thought to myself, we all need this breathing technique, and here it is. It's called lion's breath. Lion's breath is great if you're feeling an overwhelming amount of tension, if you're feeling stress. This breathing technique will help you to release all of that nonsense. It's fabulous for the facial muscles, as well as the jaw and the neck. A lot of us carry all of our stress in our neck. This is going to help you to relieve all of that stress and tension. As if you're in a really bad mood, there is no way that things aren't going to change for you after doing this breathing technique. If you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling sad, if it's bubbling over, this is the breathing technique for you. Spoiler alert, you're going to look like an absolute fool. It will be well worth the effort. Trust me on this one. If you're feeling a little self-conscious about it, you might want to make your way into your bedroom, close the door, go to the bathroom, whatever works for you. I, on the other hand, would like to do it on YouTube so that the whole world can see me look like a fool. I'm doing this for the sake of the community. I'll take one for the team. Lion's breath is a big exhale. Think about a lion when a lion roars. That's exactly the way that this breathing technique is going to work. When we're going to give that exhale, the tongue is going to come out of the mouth, the eyes are going to open really, really wide, and we're going to push all that air out. Now let's start out with a nice big inhale and let it go. The next time we're going to give our big lion's roar. Ready? You are welcome for that little display. Maybe you're giggling at me. That's okay. Like I said, I'll take one for the team. Then when you feel like you're gonna lose your beep, this would be a great breathing exercise for you to use. Do it as many times as you need to. It's probably like 4, 5, 6 times, whatever it is that you need to get that out. It's almost like you're spitting out your feelings through your mouth. Try it, I'm telling you. Now, where were we?
Thank you also very much for watching today. I hope you found these techniques useful. I'd really like to see you again next time on our second installation of our breathing techniques for our children. Peace out.